Hi, this is Cathy for Trans by Deaf, and I am glad you could join me. Today I'm coming to you from an overview of the Escalante Desert in southern Utah, where the Escalante Party visited in 1776 in finding a route from Santa Fe to California. They never did find it, but it was a very desolate and hard trip for them. I also stand here and try and imagine what this area behind me would have looked like 10,000 years ago when the when Lake Bonneville, the Pleistocene pluvial lake here in Utah, occupied the entire valley up to 5,200 feet. Today's topic that we have been asked to talk about is sexual relationships and the transgender community. In thinking about this particular topic, I have kind of divided it into three parts. The first part, which I think is very obvious, is who are you attracted to? In my case, I was attracted to my wife, and I have been with my wife ever since. So therefore, I am usually and almost always attracted to women. I realize that there are many people out there who are attracted to men, and that would probably be the best situation because that would give you a couple which is not really conspicuous to the rest of the community. Oftentimes when my wife and I go places the where people don't know us, the question of lesbian comes up very quickly. And having a male partner, I think, would be better. Or there are other people that I know, and I know of one trans man who is bi, and he goes out with both men and women, and his sexual preference is either. So there is a spectrum out there of who you are attracted to. The second issue that I think goes along with sexual attraction in the transgender community is what are you attracted for? What kind of things attracted you to that particular person? The obvious one is that that particular person is beautiful and has a beautiful figure. But you've got to realize that with time, that beautiful figure is going to go away, and you're going to have an older person that's there. Are you willing to live with that, or are you going to change partners? In my case, I have been with the same wife for 30 years, and I totally enjoy being with her, and I think she's equally as beautiful now as she was when I met her 30 years ago. Now, why am I attracted to my wife? Well, I'm attracted to my wife for the broad variety of things that she does. I enjoy going hiking with her. I enjoy going and seeing Christmas lights. I enjoy going canoeing with her. I enjoy all the activities that attracts me to her, and then the the sexual nature comes from all of the things that we share in common. And to me, that is the important one of the most important things in a sexual attraction is what goes beyond the initial body shape that would attract you to that particular person. I think it has to be an intellectual, a a recreational, and a religious attraction that all fit in the same category as to this sexual relationship that you're looking at. The third thing, which I think fits in this criteria, is how often do you have sexual relationships in your marriage? To me, that has created some issues. My wife wants to be sexually active much more often than I do. I was listening to a blog by another trans woman, and that was also an issue in her relationship. She was very similar to me and said that she only really cared if she had sex once a month or over a longer period of time, and her sex partner was interested in having sex more often. One of the considerations that I think has to go into the sexual nature of a transgender relationship is how often do you want to have sex or need to have sex in that relationship. And if you or your partner needs sexual relations much more often than the other, you have got to work through that issue as part of the relationship that you're developing as you go into the sexual relationships in the transgender community. The last thing which is important to me but may not be important to other people is the longevity. Principally because of my religious views and principally because of the background in which I grew up, where people were married and remain married for a long period of time. Oftentimes we consider marriage as a covenant for eternity or throughout all eternity. I consider that as part of the sexual relations category, and I think that you have to look and say, how long will I be sexually attracted? Will I be sexually attracted for my entire life here and for throughout all eternity? And I would have to answer yes to my wife. I think she's very beautiful, and I'm attracted both physically and academically and recreationally to my wife, and that is important to me, is the longevity of that relationship, because I always look forward to going home in the evening and spending time with my wife, and sex is basically an outcome of that love and those physical properties coming together to produce a good, solid relationship, which I hope will last through all eternity. Well, thank you for watching this week, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a good day. Bye.